Okay, we are going to do something different today. We are going to learn how to do something at Costco, which all of you are pretty familiar with. I'm not going to tell you what it is we're going to do. I'm going to give you some yes examples and some no examples, and we're going to look for patterns and clues in those examples to figure out what are we going to do. So let's start with making a T-chart. And on one side, we're going to say yes, and on the other side, we're going to say no. The examples that go with what we're going to learn will be under yes. The examples that don't make sense with what we're going to learn right now will be on the no side. So one example of something that we're going to learn right now is it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. So you can think in your head while we're making this list about what might it be? What are we going to learn to do here? What are we going to learn at Costco? What makes sense on this side? What kind of patterns do I see? And what over here is telling me, oh, it could really be this because I would never do this. So think about that as we go. Don't say it out loud, just think about it in your head. There might be a reason why you wouldn't do this. You like it. You like it. Okay. Another reason why you might do this is because you have the receipt. You have the receipt. So you would do this if it doesn't fit. If you have the receipt, you wouldn't do it if you like it. Another reason maybe you wouldn't do this is you broke it. So now we have two examples of why we might do this new task and skill that we're going to learn. One is what you have doesn't fit. Another reason why you might do it is you have the receipt for it. A couple reasons why you may not do this would be because you like it or because maybe you broke it. Can anybody guess what we might be learning? Again, remember it has something to do with Costco. You're right. We may be bringing something back to Costco. You're right. So let's down here say how to return something at Costco. That's right. Well, now that we know the definition of what we're doing today, which is how to return something at Costco, we're going to see if we can find some more yes examples for it. Can anybody think of any? Oh, that's right. Sometimes at Costco, there's a time frame in which you have to return it. If it's past the time, you can't return it anymore. But if you're within 30 days of the time that you purchase the item, you can return it. So in our yes section, we'll put bought item within 30 days. That's a great one. Okay, can we think of another reason why we may return something or how we may return something? Oh, that's right. What are one of the other things we need to know about how to return something? A lot of times they require that it has the tag on it still or that you have the tag in hand. Right, okay. So the item has its tags. Very good. All right, so these are our yes items. These are the patterns that make sense to us about how we would return something to Costco. These are some things over here that don't make sense, and these things help us identify what we are doing, which is how to return something at Costco. Very good. Okay, so we just learned that we may want to return something to Costco, and that's one of the things that a skill we'll need to have if we use Costco. So now we're going to see if we can think of another thing that we might do at Costco, and we're going to do it the same way. We're going to create our T-chart, And on one side, we'll have our yes examples of how this relates to what we're going to learn, and our no examples, so that we can find the patterns and determine what are we going to learn today. So one yes example for this skill is that you have a budget. Maybe you have a budget. You can only spend so much money, and you want to have a budget. Have a budget. So that's a yes reason. You have a budget. A no reason might be that you just want to buy the least expensive piece. It doesn't matter how many are in it, you just want to buy the least expensive amount. You don't want to spend a lot of money. Want to buy let's see how I worded this, least expensive net item. So its net price is what you're concerned about. It's what you're going to walk out spending. Okay, so here's another thing. You know the quantity in a box. So if you're going to buy a box of gummies, you know that there are 18 gummies in that box. So you know the quantity of the items in the box. Okay, so there's another yes example. You know the quantity of the items in the box, so you are able to do this skill. Okay, here's a no example. The items are singles. You don't have multiples in the box. The items are already singles. Okay, so the items are singles. So we know the yes examples right now are that you have a budget. You need to make sure you're spending within your budget. Another reason might be that you know the quantity of the items in the box. That might be something you need to do this skill, is the quantity of the items in the box. You may not do this if you want to buy the least expensive net item, or the items come in singles. You may not need to do this. Can anybody guess while you were listening to this list? Can you tell me what you think maybe you are going to learn? What might we need to know? That's right. We might need to find the best deal. Which one has the best unit price? Which items give the best deal? That's right. Are there any other yes examples that might fall under which items give the best deal and how we're going to figure that out? Does anybody know? Oh, you might need to do some division. That's right. So in order to find the best deal or the unit price, you're going to need to know some division. No division. Okay, that's a good skill you might need to know. What else might you need to know in order to find the best deal or the unit price? Oh, you're going to need to know the cost for each set, correct? So you're going to need to know the cost for each set. That's correct. Okay, is there anything else we might need to do or know if we're going to find the best deal? That's right. We're going to need to compare two items, two similar items. So let's say compare two similar items. Very good. So now we know some yes things that will lead us to understand that we are going to work and learn how to find the best deal, which means finding the unit price of items at Costco. Very good. Okay, so far we've learned how to find the best deal at Costco, and we've also learned how or why we may return something from Costco. The next and last tool that we're going to learn about using Costco, we're going to use the same method. We are going to make our two columns with our T-chart. We're going to make our yes examples of what we're going to learn and our no examples of what we're going to learn. And as I'm giving you a couple ideas and clues about what we're going to learn, I want you to think in your head and see if you can guess what the definition is of what we're going to learn. Don't say it out loud. Think about it in your head and think of any additional yes clues that might make sense. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to say, you might have a big family, okay? So you have a big family. This might be why you're going to use this skill. You have a big family. Another part of using the skill is taking a picture. You're going to need to take a picture with this. Taking a picture. And it's specifically taking a picture of yourself. It's a picture of you. You may not want to do this if you want to just get into your stores for free. So you don't want to, you want free access to the stores. Okay, so you may do this if you have a big family. You're going to need to take a picture of yourself if you do this. You won't do this if you want free access to the store. It's not something you're going to do. Let's see what else. An opposite of a yes is you may not do this if it's just you. If you're single and you have no one else at home with you. So let's say you are single. It's just you at home, just one person. So those would be reasons why you would not do it. Can anybody guess what we're going to do today? That's right. We're going to learn how to sign up for a Costco membership and decide if we need one. So we are going to decide and sign up for a Costco membership. That's right. So now can we think of some additional yes examples of things we may need to do in order to sign up for a Costco membership? Or maybe you have some examples of why we might sign up for a Costco membership. Oh, that's true. We need to know what the annual fee is and pay it. So we'll need to pay an annual fee. That's right. And there's something else interesting about those fees. Can anybody think of anything else about Costco that we may need to know? That's right. There are different types of memberships, and we have to decide which membership is best for us. So, understand the different types of memberships. That's right, very good. So that's what we're going to learn today is how to sign up for a Costco membership.